believe me guys, any girl that you break up with, within, I would say, within a month, they've definitely slept with someone else. So to do all that bullshit and be like, neither will I'll always love you, you'll be the only one I'll ever, all that shit. She's saying that so that she can do it first. Hello guys, and welcome to another episode. On this one, it's going to be an episode of Verses. I hope you guys are enjoying the Verses series so far. This one is going to be about when you go through a breakup, so post-breakup, what's the best option? Have sex with someone else or spend some time alone? Now, it's important to note firstly that everybody's different. There's some guys that would rather go out and get underneath somebody else, that old saying, if you want to get over somebody, go and get underneath somebody else. And there's those guys out there who will want to, spend a bit of time to themselves, maybe watch a couple of films, not think about women for a little while, get over that one woman or man if you're gay, and just move past that relationship before you're ready to move on. Now, I know everybody's different, and it also depends on how much you actually love the woman or the man, or how much you actually thought you loved that person. But the truth is, guys, coming from somebody who is 27 years old, who's been through breakups, who's seen other people, friends of mine, go through breakups, it sounds extremely savage, and I'm going to put this in a job situation. So let's say you left your job, and you left the employees that were there, all the people that you got to know, the relationships you had with them, and then you sit out of work for 2-3 months. Now, that job environment is going to start looking better and better and better given time. And you're going to miss the money, you're going to miss the daily talking between each other in the office, the camaraderie. And it's going to get worse and worse with each passing month until you find yourself a new job. Now, if you left that job and you've got another one lined up, and I'll explain this in a relationship sense in a second, because that's going to sound wrong, but it will be right. If you left that job and you had another one lined up, you always feel like you're the one moving forward, you're moving away, you're the one who's advancing in life and leaving those guys behind. Now, in a relationship sense, I'm not saying to break up with somebody and have somebody else immediately lined up. That's cheating, let's be honest, technically cheating. What I think you should do, sorry, I'm just checking the mic. I've recorded loads lately and it didn't record them. I think it's fine now. I think what you should do in a relationship though, I think that taking that job example, I think the quicker that you do move on, the more you feel as though your life is progressing. Especially if you've just broken up with somebody who's highly attractive, right? The thing is, that shouldn't be important, but for some reason in a breakup, it becomes the most important thing, which is really weird. Suddenly they become more attractive, they become funnier, especially if they are actually hot. It makes it extremely difficult. So the only way, and I'm speaking as a man here, the only way you can get that out of your head is by having sex with someone else. You might have sex with multiple people, a couple of days running, a couple of weeks running, maybe in the spell of a month. But it is honestly the best method. You just have to get that person out of your head. You just have to, as bad as it sounds, get another name or number on that scoreboard. And you might not be that type of person. And normally in your life, all you do is relationships, you're loyal, etc. But in this one circumstance, trust me guys, that's the one thing that's going to make you feel better. Now afterwards, you can have that time alone, you can sit down, you can relax, you can then think about that person. But here's the most important thing, you have to get it out of your head that girl or man that you were with is the most important person in the world, or the most beautiful person in the world, or nobody else is going to love you. Now the second you sleep with somebody else, your brain goes, oh, there's other people out there. There's more fun to be had. I'm going to find somebody else at some point. That was nice, somebody else was touching me. Quite a novelty that actually felt quite good. And although women will say they won't go off with anybody for a long, long time, a lot of women are insecure. Believe me guys, any girl that you break up with, within, I would say, within a month, they've definitely slept with someone else. So to do all that bullshit and be like, neither will I'll always love you, you'll be the only one I'll ever, all that shit. She's saying that so that she can do it first, because that makes her feel better, like she moved on. So I know some of you are still going to get this wrong, and I know people are going to debate this, but seriously guys, the second you go through a breakup or something like that happens, try and find somebody else to sleep with, of a high quality of course, don't just sleep with anybody, that'd be crazy. But try and move forward, try and find somebody else to sleep with, get that woman out of your head and move forward. Now, if you're in that kind of second pool of guys who are really, really struggling, now you might put it this way, you might have been so loyal to this woman, that's why you're struggling. You might be sat at home thinking, I can't get over her, she was amazing. Now, if you're in that second pool and you're really, really struggling, you've gone a couple weeks without meeting anybody else, it probably means that you were very, very loyal, which is fantastic. Now, that might mean that you've got no other women lined up. Now, in order to move forward in this scenario, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to pay for an escort to even date for one night. You know, if you're that type of guy that's like, look, I just need some sort of connection to just get my mind right, just one time, I don't think that's the worst idea in the world. Just taking them out for a meal, you know, maybe even just going somewhere like a strip club and just sitting there for hours on end. Even if you go on your own, I promise you guys, as sad as that sounds normally, when you've just been through a breakup, going out and seeing that other women exist, hotter women exist, other women that might be more suited to you exist, and that, you know, to give yourself back that sexual energy, sexual transmutation to move forward and chase after something else again is fantastic.
Yeah.